Going live.
We keep talking about that 8-year number, right? But for you personally, it's like 20 years you've been able to watch. No, since you've been able to watch the World Cup, the US World Cup game. That's mental, though, right?
Yeah, it's crazy when you think about it. I mean, the last time I was at home watching the World Cup, like I talked about, I was watching Landon and them play and get into the quarterfinals and cheering them on.
Very great.
At Goldstein's Jewelers, we're here to help you and your family celebrate the holidays with unforgettable gifts.
Thank you.
From altars to anniversaries,
To
we make
all.
all your special moments shine with a hand-picked selection of fine jewelry. So make this holiday one to remember with a timeless treasure or custom design made with love. At Goldstein's, your hometown jeweler for the holidays.
The Fox 10
11.
Squad, spreading joy and paying it forward. Bringing happiness to our community one surprise at a time. Wow, no one ever done that for me. Do you know someone who needs a surprise? Nominate them right now.
The Fox 10 Surprise Squad is sponsored by All In Credit Union.
Help feed our neighbors in need this holiday season. Join Fox 10 and VOA Southeast for a 10 caring gifts food drive.
Just head to any Greer's location, pick up a few non-perishable food items, and drop them in our donation bin until December 19th.
Sponsored by Greer's Markets. Fox 10, the United Way, and EcoSouth Services are teaming up for the Playground Project. Watch as we transform this local park into a magical place for kids.
This is our home, and being involved in the community here, participating in the Mobile economy is just really important to us.
Sponsored by EcoSouth Services.
耶，没有启动。我看要不要用另外一个用另外一个来存上。领队，大概叫领队吧。Go live. 比赛了。Play for fun, for showing, actually. Go home. Hot or go home.
We are just about ready to pick up the Doha skyline. Just an incredible sight. This is an incredible game too. John Strong is 2-0. We'll bring you the call next.
The little Asian girl. I don't quite understand the emotion here.
make all the difference out there, kid.
Oh!
That's it, big American pressure.
So where do you think this pressure's coming from?
Everyone. I'm just taking them in.
So much pressure. Pressure makes diamonds.
Sure. Humbug.
Happy holidays, Mr. Scrooge!
Trying to stream the match, but my signal's gone afoul.
You need a better network. Tis the season to switch to Verizon.
Cheers?
Tis. You get a free 5G phone when you do.
Free?
Plus, Verizon gives you another great gift. A tablet, a smartwatch, earbuds.
Well, the more gifts, the merrier. For me.
Oh, Scrooge.
Only Verizon gives you a free 5G phone and another gift, like a tablet, smartwatch, and earbuds, all on us. Wow! Switch now to the network America relies on. Verizon.
The men of the United States as far away from home as they have ever been. They are back in the World Cup. They are at Ahmad Ali Stadium in Al Riyadh, Qatar, on the western outskirts of Doha. Golden kick off against Wales. Hello, everyone. Welcome alongside School, and I'm John Strong. Take us through it, bud.
What we see for Wales. Messi gets the start control. It's going to be a back three. A lot of times it looks like a back five with Nico Williams and Connor Roberts on that right-hand side sitting deep. In midfield, they've got Ramsey and Purdue. And up front, Gareth Bale. You might know him. You might have seen him score for LAFC in MLS Cup final and in Champions League finals. He's a man of extreme pedigree for that country and will be leading them against a United States team that is inexperienced at this level. A World Cup player for them that has played in a World Cup event, DeAndre Yedlin. He is not starting. So all of them making their debut. Matt Turner in the nets for the United States. Tim Reed gets to start alongside Oliver Zimmerman. Tyler Adams, the captain of the tournament, in the middle of the field. So important in setting the tempo for this team. Christian Pulisic, the star on that left side. And up front, a lot of conversation about who was going to start as striker. It is Josh Sargent of St. Louis, who will be leading the line for the United States and looking to put the ball in the back of the net.
Is the youngest lineup for the United States in a World Cup match since 1990, an average of a little over 25 years of age. Somewhat tilted for the fact that 35-year-old Tim Ream is in the starting lineup. Great
他抽签是怎么抽的？是美国队第一个就碰到 Wales， 在外面砸了一下。
And here we are, 8 years after the final whistle in Brazil, 5 years after that night in Trinidad, 7 months after the draw gave us a date and time to count down to. Your United States are back on the greatest
非洲哪个队、亚洲哪个队碰上？然后 Wales 碰上。我们抽签当时没有看到抽签怎么抽的。
Opening match against Wales is underway. The United States of America wearing white. The Dragons of Wales in red. The United States, now that they're here, the question is how long can they stick around? History tells us teams that win their opening match almost always advance out of the group stage in a World Cup. Teams that lose their opener almost always go home. And so while Friday's game against England is the big occasion, next Tuesday's game against Iran has some significant historical and political undertones. This is the game that history tells us the U.S. really has to win. Guess what? Wales feels the exact same way. It's their first World Cup since 1958. So the Welsh people have waited 64 years for this moment. They'll be excited for the game against England. That's a grudge match. They'll have looked at Iran and their defeat to England today, feeling that's a winnable game. The exact same thing the U.S. feels, that this is the one they have to get off to a good start with. Sergiño Dest carries forward now. One of the question marks coming in is he's dealt with an injury in recent weeks. That's left him getting big collision there. What's this thing going to look like?
A bit like that. It's going to look frenetic at times. The United States are going to have a lot of the ball. You can see already the way in which Wales are set up against Greg Berhalter's team.
Injury, wounded,
for the United States and now coaching a World Cup for the very first time. I'm also noticing that Wales are squeezing their line pretty tight. There's going to be spacing behind that they don't want to get beat in front by the U.S. So There's going to be some space for Weah and potentially Sargent as well to make runs behind that back line.
Christian Pulisic first touch. That's going to be a foul and a free kick for the United States as Joe Roden took him down. This is an area of the game the U.S. has put a big focus on. Only once in 14 qualifying games did the U.S. score goals from set pieces. Now they got 3 of them against Honduras. The great Berhalter told us the team hotel on Saturday we have to make good on set pieces. That's been bugging me.
Now, it's something to watch for too, John. They have been practicing and hired coach for set pieces specifically to work on these type of situations.
Who drew the lots? How come the USA
Start to mix it up a little
didn't play with any African teams, any other Central European team,
Some early pressure here.
Eastern European team, Asian team, not even a Latin American team? The first team they face is they play with is Wales. I don't know how I didn't see the throwing lots.
Great ball in, the pass gets away from him. It's a part of the game, you got to settle into it early.
Ron Page, who 2 years ago was actually the interim coach. Ryan Giggs, well, legend. He was coaching the national team. Domestic violence accusations. He had to leave the job just months before World Cup qualifying. Page actually coached Wales for the very first time against the U.S. He has led them down the World Cup. Talked about a team that feels that they are the underdogs in this group behind England and behind the United States, but he says we're going to show the world just how good we are. McKinney for Pulisic. Stepping forward, only as far as Anthony Robinson. Drops that one in for Pulisic. And Elliott was caught. That's great running.
Pulisic, something I see as well. Wales step that right center back into space. They go with that wide midfielder. Pulisic sets in the space was left there on the second ball. He makes a clever run, get behind, tracks Wales a little bit deeper, and they win their first corner now from that far side.
U.S. trying to get organized right now. Wales, this is something they do. They leave 3 players high, so the U.S. was really communicating, making sure they're dropping it up back. Aaron Ramsey will now join that. You see him coming through your picture there, number 10. Next to defender. As Pulisic once again to take. I'll just see if our referee is from Qatar. He's managing things proactively. Pulisic swung in, set up by Nepo. A little push in the back there, not spotted by the referee. Anthony Robinson got away with one. Page arguing with the 4th official about it. Robinson's run. Pulisic a little bit of space to get a run, get across it, hopped in the air by Roden. McKinney cleans it up.
The United States do a great job on second ball. So when Wales are clearing, they're stepping their lines very tight, very aggressive defensively, keeping Wales in back in their own half. Good job from Green and Zimmerman there, stepping tight against those Welsh strikers.
McKinney. Sargent. Get back to that one on Nico Williams. Rescue there to tackle out. The third meeting between these nations. Scoreless draw 2 years ago was the last one. Zimmerman chases that one down, and Matt Turner gets his first touch in his World Cup debut. Player ever to start for World Cup game for the U.S. Weeks away from his 20th birthday. Savoya.
Just look again how when the ball goes back, the United States passes the ball back. You can throw about 20 yards between Wales strikers and their defense. So they're trying to keep it very narrow. No space for McKinney, for Musa, for Adams, which is the heartbeat of the U.S. team. So to beat a team like this, you either have to go over the top, you have to have little combinations, or you have to go around them wide and try to get Tim Way involved on this near side. Just looking through there, great ball for Green.
Right, knocks it down, missed, picked up cleanly. Pressured off by Westy McKinney, he throws it on, that's going to be a foul. Gets there for of Almar and the assistant referee. Pressure there. Tennessee, both goalkeepers, backups of their clubs. Full of starts. For Wayne Hennessy this fall. First for their country, so. Robinson tries to the corner, just lost his footing. It's not a foul. Tyler Adams, not been met for McKinney. Adams can't get it.
Great build-up. This has been good patience from the United States.
Olisic ran away from the first touch, still away on that hook. That's what the U.S. prepared for. Great, we're always saying we know Wales doesn't want the ball.
And that's why patience becomes important. You don't have to force every pass because what Wales are looking for is that one pass that they try to think they can squeeze it into the gap. They win the ball and then they release James, they release Bale the other way. So at all times, even while in possession and you're comfortable, you still need your back line paying attention and being organized for that moment potentially opening up.
Ray wants it from Test. Way is going to get there, brings it down well, and tries to turn it up. That was almost an own goal. Hennessy blocked it with his body. There it's only as far as Anthony Robinson. Trying to get around Ramsey, it does. Robinson drives to the line, cuts the cross, and Sargent! And that hit something. It might have took the outside of the post. It might have been an extension.
I thought that was
All
a
right,
save
all
for
right.
Messi. He knows nothing about the first one. The space he's in behind. Test recognizes that he picks out two player, takes a little touch up. And that's just so clever to put that in early. It's a reactive header because he knows Josh Sargent is right on his back, Joe Roden. And then the other way, Sargent arriving at the near post and a header off the post and out. The two great examples of a center forward and Josh Sargent getting the start, but being a presence in the middle, making sure that he's known by those center backs. Almost gets on the end of one. Great movement to the front post on the second, and is inches away from opening the scoring for the United States.
Big moment for that matter for Wayne Hennessy. I mean, there are not going to be a ton of scoring chances we would expect. Now, we saw 8 goals between England and Iran. But those little moments can prove big. So McKinney making a big run. There's the legs to hold on to it.
这是看球赛，
Sargent, it is a big moment for him to be starting up front.
那看球赛，我没出去吃买东西吃。
Last year, opening game of World Cup qualifiers. He's had a fantastic fall with Orange City.
出点方便面。
English Championship, the second division. There he is, knocking that one down for Weah. Reverse it out wide for McKinney. Big shout there. That's going to be a foul and a yellow card on Serginho Dest.
Really, what is his first foul, but it's the nature of the foul. Just got a little caught up in the moment there, Serginho Dest, because Nico Williams is going out of bounds. He's struggling to keep that one in. I think that's soft, actually. There is some contact at the end of the follow through there, but I thought initially maybe there were some studs on the leg that weren't, and kept that leg out of it. But Nico Williams was clever. You heard even just the scream and the shout and the reaction after the fact. I think that helped influence the referee in giving that yellow card.
So Dest, who was a question mark coming in, a groin injury in late October, in 2 weeks. The AC Milan returned as a sub last week in the finale. So he's going to theoretically be doing a lot of one-on-one defending on a yellow card.
这个动作是有点欠考虑把对方绊倒啊，受伤的。 还有铲球，那昨天想到半人的这情况，不可以借铲球半人呢。有的人可能借铲球来半人，有的延缓对方的攻势有可能。黄牌了。
That's Nathan Williams, the same player who's fouled by Dest.
And this is the one because he comes in from behind here. Similar type of play in that Weston McKinney coming too aggressively in to try to get the ball in the spot. Part of the field that the risk reward is not of the nature of which
red card.
Well, you're not going to be on a counter attack or have a big break. Doesn't need to dive in so aggressively. Pick up that early yellows. Now the United States takes 2 yellow cards on this right hand side.
Without considering 把对方绊倒 ，stumble the other party. Red card.
Now Wales will defend the set piece with a quick roll to there. He's saying that's where the foul actually occurred. That's where the free kick should be taken.
And for Wales, John, who hadn't had much in the attacking part of the field now, 5 goals in World Cup qualifying for them and in the Euros as well from set pieces. So they are dangerous in these types of spots. This is going to be a big long ball to the back post, trying to pick out one of their big center backs who's up. The United States have every player back right now, not one hanging out up the field because they know the threat that Wales possess in this type of situation.
Henry Wilson, a full teammate.
注意动作，不要犯规了。
Taking this free kick. How close the U.S. was to taking lead just a couple minutes ago, and they almost don't rule. They had all the momentum.
那是少数族裔的人。
They're all packed back defensively. Wilson lifting it in, Turner thought about it, stays at home. Robinson out duel for the first one. Dest there for the second. It's going to be fired back in. Over the bar.
谁踢的？从哪边踢的？哪边从哪边踢的？这是少数族裔的。
Came a long ways. Anthony Robinson up for the initial one. Serginho Dest clearing it right out to the middle in a dangerous area, but the United States reacting well, getting out quickly, closing down the angle and forcing Everton into a shot that was over the crossbar.
So you saw there, Rob. One of them to get set defensively. Selecting not to go short. Turner will go long on the goal kick. Takes it away. Here fails. Barely touched the ball so far. That's a win for the U.S.
That's his first touch, potentially. It's not right
那只能传球这样，
But in saying that,
我只传
he's a guy that doesn't need many touches.
传球带球，
So what are
抢球要
you thinking throughout this first half?
不能犯规，
Not seeing much of Gareth Bale. If he pops up in
因为要考虑半人的，
so that's where
那有半人的危险，不能采取那种行动嘛。
in the middle of the field.
大概一般是这样。
It is for Sargent dropping into a pocket of space. Boy, I didn't see Wilson
在
coming.
不同角度可以抢球，
So behind James, the U.S. go quickly the other way.
侧面在后面，那都有具体规定的。
Play after winning that ball for Wales. Here's Wales.
在后面你抢球，哪些动作可以
He's still
可以
striking.
采用，哪些动作不能用。You can take certain types of action if you want to see the ball from behind a person, from the side of a person. There might be detailed regulation already,
10 p.m. local
detailed
time.
rule.
U.S. back to the World Cup after missing out 4 years ago.
What kind of action you can take, what kind of action you
That's the
cannot.
last 5 times the U.S. been to a World Cup. They've either
There
scored
are different
or
angles
saved.
around the person who snatches the ball,
Dempsey scored after 30 seconds in Brazil.
all around.
0-0 so far here.
It's we call it British, no, English football. It's football.
Would be own goal off the head of his defender, Joe Roden. Robinson, big step.
In the early years, in the beginning of this type of sport, it's merely for fun, I guess.
Keep it under control for Wales.
Nowadays, it's more and more like fighting.
U.S. getting frustrated with these referees right now. 2 yellow cards. Berhalter was arguing over the placement of a free kick. It was sort of getting a topic.
For fun only.
Referee crew. Here's Garrett Bale. Same page with Roberts. He hits it off the head of Anthony Robinson. Robinson gets it back cleanly. Second chance to get to it. Melisic wants it and has it. Quality switch by Yunus Musa for Serginho Dest. Sinwaya. Again, runs off the ball. Lonnie was split into him. Melisic. Get back to it lately. James can't hold it up.
It's actually doing it one free time.
For Weston McKinney, controls off his head. Man trying to get back on side.
Oh,
Potentially.
2 weeks.
Great
Oh,
recovery.
it's usual.
Adams for Musa, for Robinson. Pulisic's going to get there. That's the defender. Wants to cycle around Pulisic. How tough there. He thought he had been fouled. Now he's saying it should be a corner, and again, the U.S. really getting frustrated with this referee and his assistants. Bill, as you said, on these one moment, they really played for LAFC.
盛放镜头，重放是怎么回事？
Didn't play for a month. Comes off the bench late at MLS Cup. 128th-minute goal. I think it is career total of 18 different trophies in 16 years as a professional.
That's not bad.
And in saying that,
Yeah.
guy's played more than half his life for his country. He was 2 weeks shy, or 2 months shy, I should say, of his 17th birthday when he first played for Wales. He's 33 now. He talked about growing up watching the World Cup, but never having a team to root for because Wales weren't ever there. So strange as it might seem for a guy that has accomplished so much at Real Madrid, at one time the most expensive player in the world, are these the biggest games of his life, finally at the World Cup with his country? Can he produce a moment like he's done so many times for Tottenham Hotspur, for Real Madrid, and now for LAFC? Now for more on Gareth Bale, let's go down for the first time to Jenny Taft. Jenny?
Well, I think it's important, John, to highlight someone who does know Bale well, and that is the man in charge at LAFC, Steve Cherundolo. We talked to him last night. He caught up, and he said something pretty powerful about him. He said he's incredible for a team because you know if you give him one chance that he will score. And the two did have plenty of conversations about the World Cup. He said Bale is excited because it really could put an incredible cap on such a career he's had. And then he also added, they don't fear the United States, but they do respect them. They understand this big task at hand, and yes, we all know we can be a difference maker.
Tim Reed winning the header over Bale. Ball run by Robinson, but a good tackle by Anthony.
This game it's tight. It's as we expected, early stages, and a bit of a chess match at times. And one of the things for the United States I think they're doing well is when Wales have possession in these areas, and when a team possesses the ball deep, they try to suck you out to get space in behind. The back line for the U.S. is staying very connected. The midfield is connected, and the forward pressure is coming together. So they're not overcommitting. They're not getting dragged out of positions. And that's why you see Wales with the ball in the back just pausing in moments, trying to wait, trying to bait this U.S. team. And then when the ball goes long, they're in the spots to win it back. Like that one right there again. There's nobody for Nico Williams to pass it to, so he just dumps it up. U.S. have two defenders that win the ball back. So defensively right now, doing a good job even while they have possession.
Tomorrow we have our first 4-match day here at the World Cup. World Cup favorites Argentina taking on Saudi Arabia to start the day. Followed by Denmark, Tunisia, Mexico back at the World Cup against Poland, and the defending champions France against Australia. Coverage starts at 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. out on the West Coast. Live here on Fox Sports. Zimmerman it long towards Pulisic. Close enough though. Holds it in. Pulisic able to turn. Pulisic driving, got away. Anthony Robinson able to keep it. Toss it in front, up to the air, and clear. Was Anthony tracking back.
这叫踢出危险区，踢出危险区呀、I thought I kind of small bus of some sort. My friends, friendly people coming, get in touch with me now. Hey, be good, be good.
Play on the half turn facing and take that first touch forward and face up in defense.
Listen, they're going to run this time. Reed plays with him at Fulham in the Premier League, trying to find him. After a dual kick. I often hear him referred to as Jedi, Anthony Robinson. That was from when he was a kid. His dad was his coach. He gave all the kids nicknames. He let Anthony pick his own nickname. As he said, he never actually seen Star Wars, but he had the Star Wars toys. He named himself Jedi. It is stuck in his professional career now at the age of 25. Born and raised in England. His father, U.S. citizen. He started his World Cup debut for the United States for a guy that was ever present. One of the most important players for the U.S. in qualifying. Here comes Gareth Bale. Was behind Ramsey. See, almost got his pocket in.
He was waiting for it too long. Tevez had a good game on this right side. I feel this the thing against Nico Williams.
Very tactical.
The United States find success. Nico Williams not the best.
Smart playing.
Defender. He's not naturally a defender in that way. Great snap again from Reed.
Pulisic picks it up. It's a play through away, and important step there by Davis. And Adams very late in. Is that going to be a third early yellow card for an American?
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. He was late, Tyler Adams. It's almost as though he tripped a little bit. And now this referee talking to Christian Pulisic. So he kind of loses footing and can't stop himself. Fires into Ramsey. He's getting a talking to now by the referee.
He's a young referee. Abdulrahman Al-Jassim, 35 years of age. First ever World Cup game. He was a VAR in Russia. This guy has repped high-level games, though. Asian Champions League final, Club World Cup final. He was actually a guest referee.
裁判卡塔尔的那个主要的裁判 European referee.
So he's seen a lot of these players before. He's got experience even at a very young age. For a World Cup referee, Zimmerman pokes it away.
Let's get some run out of here.
Way up, early ball. Sargent gonna leave it go for Pulisic. Anthony Robinson, space and time. Robinson flipping it up, way in the late run, knocked away by Davis. James turning all the way back. And that ball's miscontrolled out by Wilson.
边线制球。
Now Pulisic talking to the referee again. He felt his shirt was pulled from behind there as he kicked the ball wide and tried to burst into the box. It's giving a lot for the referee to think about though now. If you can just walk that fine line of keeping pressure on the conversations after, but not let that emotion get too much where you start making silly fouls and you get too frustrated. That's the balance you want to walk with a referee.
是制球。
Swing that backwards. Purdue, that's too far for Bale.
Getting emotional. Watching for fun. And get a national pride mixed together, man. It's bad. It's bad. Going to the wrong direction. Watch for fun.
Watch fans doing their best, doing them all right.
Play for fun. Watch for fun.
Get Ramsey on it now, good control.
See, watch for fun is part of the play for fun.
Everybody at home watching the United States that has waited 8 years for the United States to be back in the World Cup, that's goosebumps. And for the players on the field, that goes a long way. It stretches up the game where maybe it's tight as it has been the last couple. You get that type of support, it gives you another lift. It gives you more energy. You go again.
Tons of space for Anthony Robinson to run into. Run around Ramsey. It's a cross in. Sargent popped in the air. Wilson first there in front of McKinney. Jake trying to bring it down. Good for Tyler Adams. Youngest captain for the United States in a World Cup since 1950, helping to win it all back.
And that's the stuff that he does that you might not notice him throughout the game on the offensive side, because right now he's being marked in the middle of the field, but it's his ability to read the game, to win those second balls, to cut off a passing lane, just all the little things. He does all the fundamentals so well, and that's why he's so vital to the team.
Moves the pass 2 already. McKinney wanted it. Dest gets it. Serginho Dest, he'll shoot from the air. He does! Second shot aim for the U.S.
That's not a bad idea for Dest. He had Tim Weah to his right. Nobody was stepping out to close him down. Great work from Yunus Musa to take the midfield of Wales out of play.
既然这么远射门的话，其他人多来几次，看看都有机会，也可能。后面全都是围绕。万一要开中场，开到半场去。
Hennessy under pressure, forced to get rid of that for a U.S. throw.
This both teams feeling nervous. They are. They're under a lot of pressure anytime they're on the ball. They're starting to bark at each other a little bit, little conversations. This is where the U.S., you see that from a body language perspective. You try to ramp up that tempo, keep it going, keep them under pressure, keep them pinned back.
McKinney, great touch for Dest on the run. Serginho Dest, it just got caught up there. Lost the moment, lost the momentum. He was eventually able to let it back off Williams, and they retreated to Matt Turner.
这几个人站成一线的拦阻他，有可能在某个点上来。
Hush here at Ahmad Bin Ali Stadium in Al Riyadh, Qatar, as we reach the half-hour mark. The opening night for the United States in their return to the World Cup. Thank you, Buzz.
的纵向。
Strong possession, creating some good attacking opportunities. The way they're moving the ball is crisp, it's sharp, it's fast.
This is Yunus Musa for Robinson. Robinson's cross took a deflection there. Popped straight up in the air by Ampadu. Pulisic, a token jump there on Bale.
This is the part I've been most impressed with. How quickly they're winning the ball back. How quickly they're putting Wales under pressure. They're going to get a foul this time. But this is a mentality. And it starts with the coach. It's when the ball turns over, how quickly can you not put your head down and try to turn around? How quickly can you react and not allow Wales to then be in possession and get out of that pressure? So they're doing a great job of pinning them back, keeping them as far away from their own goal as possible.
Fifth foul called against the U.S. 2 players booked early, Serginho Dest and Weston McKinney. This there to collect the second ball. Just got that away for Pulisic. Pulisic on the turn, couple of runners. Mr. McKinney, they've been friends since they were kids. Hands it off for Anthony Robinson. McKinney gets it back. Pulisic this time making the run off the ball. McKinney across for Weah. He's got Dest further along.
numbers up for the United States. Only Zimmerman and Reed back. Tyler Adams coming back a little bit.
That's every player on the field in the Welsh half right now. Can they cash it in? Sid Reed. Where we go? See, we had a possession that was being split up into 3 different categories in this World Cup. Particularly, we're used to seeing. It gives you a sense even then of how much this has tilted the way of the United States so far. Pulisic down to the turf. There's Meppa there. If you're going to get yellow cards for the other ones,
yeah. Because
So far, he's always the militia.
as a standalone with the accumulation of the fouls on Pulisic specifically.
you see Pulisic arguing the case of Burak Maljasi. That's what they're talking about.
It should be yellow.
It's not. It's taking Chile. It's Pulisic bouncing it off them on the U.S. corner, their second of the game.
Now, they've hit their first 3 set pieces straight into the box, trying to put Wales under pressure. I wonder now if it's a chance to try something that they've been working on. Look cubes. I saw Pulisic just touch the ball lightly before taking this one.
6'6" Wayne Hennessy getting himself set. Zimmerman and Reed have come forward for the Americans. Pulisic driven ball. Zimmerman, it was just too tall for him. Anthony Robinson, aggressive first and second touches, and he goes wide. Christian Pulisic has options. Pulisic cutting it in, snapped away. Sargent was the target. Robinson steers it backwards for Reed. They'll do it again. Here's Yunus Musa. Robinson making a big run for him. He's right Pulisic's way, though. Here's Pulisic now. That cross is closed down. Connor Roberts that time.
Qatar's Doha, is it?
Adams looking for Weah. That's just too far.
It's a good idea. Because you've been playing in front of Wales for the last couple of minutes, maintaining possession. Adams saw the run from Weah. Weah is the one who cued the run by making the run in behind the back line, and just slight miscalculation on the pass from Tyler Adams. But Greg Berhalter applauding the effort and the idea.
Well, jumping Reed got a running head start, but Zimmerman was there for the second ball. Musa, Sargent, Pulisic on the run. Pulisic has Weah. Pulisic rolls it into Weah!
No clue. Oh, yeah, you're looking. Unfortunately. Bro, you reached the sun.
It's the play of Sargent, first of all, that brings Pulisic into this play. On the second one, this right here, so important. It drives the center back out of the hole, and then you want Christian Pulisic in these spots, running out of back line, slashing with speed, the weight of the pass. So good for Tim Weah, who has the awareness to come inside, across his defender, gets goal side, has a little look into outside of the boot. Past Wayne Hennessy,
I没有越位啊，那越位是有效进球了。如果越位的话，这球白进。
over Wales, 1-0, what a goal, what a finish, and the Americans are back.
Right, I do.
Wales looking to respond. Bale the long switch for Nico Williams. Williams, the cross in, too far. A young man with a huge spotlight because of the name on the back of his shirt, the son of George Weah, 1995's World Player of the Year, the only African ever to win that award. And he's presently president of his native Liberia. And you could argue that Tim is here at the World Cup because of his mom, Claude, the first lady of Liberia, his first coach. Growing up in Queens, much more hands-on of the two, and raising Tim in the New York City area. And then moving to Paris as a 14-year-old, now playing at Lille in France. Becoming the 23rd man to score for the United States in a World Cup. Christian Pulisic getting the assist on his debut in a World Cup.
That whole play is just what Greg Walter drawn up in his head of how he would have wanted to see it. The hold up play from Sargent, the header on from Christian Pulisic finally getting the breakaway where he had open field, open space, and then a pattern of play that has been developing this right side, talking about Tibour's ability to get behind the back line. And just going back to that run that he had, the Tyler Adams pass that evaded him, that's the type of run that keeps a defender back off, he keeps him honest because he knows you're going to do it, and maybe he's not as tight on the next one. Just the timing of the run, the way to pass, everything. Great goal for the United States. Really well worked.
McKinney in some pain. You know, the quantity of three, I just got kicked. That'll tell the story.
Now here's the challenge too, John. The U.S. has been dominating this game. It's been a very good first half. You've got your goal, but you have to keep the pressure on now. All the way into halftime. You don't take your foot off that gas. You keep going because that's why this team has been successful. You don't want to start to drop off a little bit and allow Wales forward. You keep that pressure on. You don't change the way in which you've been playing and dominating this game.
There's U.S. moves on the run. Four red shirts go wide around him. Gareth Bale thinks he got it cleanly. Moves this down hurt. What does Abdul Rahman Al-Jassi and the referee do here?
Yellow. It's a tackle from behind. It doesn't matter what's your first. It's the type of tackle, and that is more consistent with the way the game was refereed early. And there's some contact on the ball that you saw. He certainly gets his foot over the top of the ball, but first it goes into the knee of Musa, which, by the way, might be the only way to get that man down.
Throwing his body to try to get into the ball.
Past defender, so strong, so technically good, and so intelligent as well. Just to find space in the way in which he moves and balance, so silky smooth.
So Bale joining Destin McKinney. Has had yellow cards in the first half. It's got about 5 minutes left in it. Anthony Robinson trying to drive forward. Ramsey knocked it away. Pulisic picks it up. Pulisic 1v3. Couldn't able to pass it. It came back to him. Still Pulisic on the ball. Drives it in right at Wayne Hennessy. Bale felt the contact. It goes over Anthony Robinson.
Now it's Wales' turn to be frustrated at the referee.
Williams getting tested at 1 right there. McKinney with a little bit of an arm there on Harry Wilson, taking quickly. Zimmerman slides, doesn't get there. Reed, fantastic, kept the ball in play. Won it right back.
Big fella.
I'm sure Tim Griggs put a foot wrong in this game, and Walker Zimmerman, for that matter, too. Two center backs positionally putting themselves in a position to succeed, to be there on the first one, winning those headers, winning second balls as well, and keeping this type of pressure on Wales.
Right there by Davis over the top. Reed was there in front of Bale.
Wales straight up. The team of Wales' strategy now is to try to hit the goal, and then see. Try to hit the goal of the USA, then try to get a balance point.
Can they seize the moment? Can they take advantage of their opportunity? Something that they struggled to do in World Cup qualifying a little over a year ago. He expressed enough confidence on their ability to rise to the occasion, their performance.
That was one of the biggest questions coming in. All the unknowns, right? 2 friendlies ahead of this. A loss to Japan, a tie to Saudi Arabia, alarm bells going off. You get the sense after watching 43 minutes of this game, this U.S. team weren't so panicked as Houston. Fairly stayed away there.
3 in a row in the middle of the field. See moments for the U.S. And now it's clipped over the top. And when it comes to Daniel James, it's away in defending. Inside for Nico Williams. For James. Frustration there. That Davis is that one behind him.
Very interesting.
Ramsey. Turning for Roberts. Collision between Musa and Roberts off the ball, no fouls. Tipped in for Bale. His return for Ramsey. Robinson trying to recover. It does. Got the touchdown in time to prevent the cross. But he really wails his first quarter of the night.
Well, it's a great recovery run. And he has the speed to get back there, but just for a half second, hesitated, turned the other way. Ramsey went for the 1-2 on the return pass, and it looked like he was going to get there, but a great recovery for Robinson. But now the United States have to defend the corner against the team, as we've said, are good on set pieces and have some big targets.
Where was the ball?
None with a better lead than that man, Gareth Bale, in the middle.
放到圈内
It wasn't just scoring from set pieces, it was defending set
Get
pieces.
things right. Get things right. Just
In World Cup qualifying, it's Gary Wilson to take. And it was taken
He's going to have a conversation with Aaron Ramsey because he's the guy in front of Nat Turner. Now, a player that's in front of the keeper, he's tasked with just trying to be a nuisance, just to try to distract your keeper. It's why oftentimes the referee talks to that player because they're always either getting in the way or obstructing. You want that fine balance of trying to get in the way.
放进去，放圈内。
Has to get around it.
Here it comes from Wilson, lifted in, header bouncing wide to come off. Red shirt, it's a U.S. goal kick. 30 seconds and time to go in the half.
The defense is
连续放边线。
outside in, and as soon as the center back
只能放圈内侧。
he releases that
跟规
pass.
定。
There's the U.S. bench celebrating a moment that this young group has been waiting for a long time. Now, as you're about to tell us, or two here, John, 45 down, 45 more to go. And that is going to be the challenge for this U.S. team to keep the intensity, to keep the pressure up at the bench. You have seen this.
那回家自己踢，自己踢。
Which I think it is clear to say in this game right now, the U.S. have been the better team.
4 minutes to go.
踢，回到美国以后自己踢一踢，那那边找个场地，也有踢一踢。
Landon and Clint and Alexi and Carly watching us back at our party set and reactions to what they've seen so far. It's Anthony Robinson carrying forward, hands it off for Christian Pulisic. Bruce will reset for Robinson. Pulisic again able to turn and face on Medwood, forced backwards though. Packers have been the last man back right now for the U.S. Again, they're all the attacking half of the field.
The evolution of a type of game was invented for fun, for players, and now it's like a performance for showing that's evolving. That's the evolution. Not much for fun already.
For the show. Trying to get around that one, pulls it down.
And away from the last one, he's not going to get away with this one. There's a yellow card. And you're absolutely right. You get a shot from Tim Turner.
What happened?
Because he sensed the way the
I didn't
pass
know
was
it was
going to
clearly.
have enough space between him and Medvedev to be able to face him up. And just a little look over his shoulder. And he saw that he had the gap that Medvedev had already committed to him. Pushes it past him, draws the contact cleverly, and now a Welsh center back on the yellow.
Well, listen, get rid of a roar there as he was urging the U.S. fans on that far side to make some noise. About 90 seconds to go in this half. A half that the U.S. has statistically dominated. Ream over the top, Anthony Robinson not going to get there. The decisive moment so far. Tim Weah finishing off the through ball from Christian Pulisic with a lightning quick move forward.
I'm sure we're going to hear the guys talk about it at halftime. Pulisic started slowly into the game, and over the last 20 minutes came to life. And he had the incisive pass, but also just waited and was patient for the space to open up, for the gaps to open up, for him to be able to play that role of being provider. I think you can see that in his confidence too.
Anthony Robinson just sort of looked at that one. He was chirping at the referee, didn't even bother chasing him. The frustrated Welsh team. Will their locker room be like at the half?
45 more minutes.
What did we say? He only needs one moment to change a game. Nothing works to look down for the United States. And guys like Brendan Aronson, we might be seeing in the
这
second
个一
half.
次快速反击，这是刚丢球不久。
That is the end of the first half. Tim Weah, the decisive goal to give the U.S. the lead in the return of the World Cup. We'll send you back to Kate Apto in our Corny studio. 45 minutes down, 45 to go at Ahmad Bin Ali Stadium. The United States of America 1, Wales 0.
1-0.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup halftime show on Fox.
FIFA.
After Horizon. The US is their first World Cup actually in 8 years is going
2
well so
Fs.
far. Coming up on the
There must be one there representing football.
Back to victories by England and Netherlands. So also get you ready for tomorrow's action-packed day. So let's look at that.
Humbug.
Happy holidays, Mr. Scrooge.
Trying to stream the match, but my signal's got a foul.
You need a better network. 'Tis the season to switch to Verizon.
Tis?
Tis. You get a free 5G phone when you do. Free phone. Plus, Verizon gives you another great gift. A tablet, a smartwatch, earbuds.
Well, the more gifts, the merrier. For me.
Oh, Scrooge.
Only Verizon gives you a free 5G phone and another gift, like a tablet, smartwatch,
One
and
person.
all on us. Wow. Especially out of the network America relies on. Verizon.
Oh, 晚礼服很好看。开 C 的很自封，开 C 的。
It's all comes down to this game. Hold on to your seats. The World Cup Finals about to begin.
The world doesn't come together like this very often. But when it does, the results can be extraordinary. Qatar is committed to that idea and growing its potential as a partner, investor, and innovator, with possibilities that are unlimited and rewards that are priceless. Let the world play and become part of our story.
Now what? You say it when things go wrong. At Prudential, we think you should say it when things go right, too. Like when you score your dream job. For your business. Or discover she's smart. Really smart. Now what? Here's what. You connect with Prudential's rock-solid team, serving over 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock? Visit Prudential.com or speak to an advisor today.
Christian's recap. Soccer parents, soccer born. A bowl. Chicken, pinto beans, U13. Smallest plate, quicker moves. Extra block. Germany. U.S. national team. World stage. Still determined, always Chipotle.
So those are people voting this when the Byzantines somebody like either a Filipino or another guy.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup halftime show on Fox is presented by Verizon.
First score against Wales in the World Cup was Pele.
Welcome back. The US leading Wales 1-0 at the break. The lone goal coming courtesy of Timmy Weah. The Americans now halfway towards a winning start to their World Cup campaign. How good that would be. Welcome back. Good to have you with us. Kate Upton, Amanda Donovan, Finn Dempsey, Alexi Lalas. Let's talk about this then. Let's go through the highlights of what we saw then in this game because it started well for the US. Not like we might even get an early goal, Alexi.
What we saw was total dominance by a U.S. team. I can't think of a facet of the game in that first half that wasn't completely dominated by the U.S. Almost got a little lucky here with an own goal here, but Weah getting up and down the right-hand side, Jedi getting up and down the left-hand side. He's going to put a ball back and find a big old mop of red hair. Sargent just hits it off the post, but it was all U.S. in terms of possession. It was all U.S. in terms of opportunity. It was just all U.S.
I wanted Dempsey on the end of that cross.
Bang.
Hey, sometimes you gotta get it on the goal if you want to score though. Got foul right here from Dest. I think it's hard to get on the yellow, especially if you get 2 yellows, you miss the next game. For me, this one was more of a yellow in my opinion. But saying that, I thought it should have been a yellow on the Welsh defender when they found Christian earlier. But I think that's what woke him up. Great hold-up play here from Sargent. Christian woke up after being fouled. Great through ball to Weah, outside left foot, right finish. And fun fact for y'all, the last person that scored against Wales in the World Cup was Pele.
Ooh, someone did that research.
Hey, yes.
Our light.
What's up, Kansas City?
Oh, that's beautiful. It's beautiful.
So 1-0. It's certainly the start that you hope for, right? It's fantastic to see the US leading at this point at the halfway point. Let's take another look at the Tim Weah goal and just kind of break it down how they put this one together, Clint.
Well, let him talk a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, you had a little chance. Come on.
All right, so, first starts with the hold-up play by Josh Sargent. That's why Berhalter had him in there, why you predicted he would be in there, Clint. The timing and the weight of the pass. The timing that they both had, Pulisic and Timothy Weah, and then the weight of the pass into his path so he doesn't have to take a touch. Outside of the foot, fantastic finish.
The second touch from Pulisic on that goal is just amazing because it just creates that separation, and then he can look up. The amount of times that the U.S. was able to high press and win the ball back. Wales does not want the ball, but not in any type of organized fashion to do anything down the other end. So take what they are giving you. Give them the ball. It was a little concerning after they scored the goal, after the U.S. scored the goal, that they let off a little bit. Don't let up. This is a Wales team that needs to be put out of their misery, get multiple goals, and get the 3 points.
What do you think the second half looks like?
I think it's much of the same. I think Wales is going to sit back a little bit. I think we're going to have more possession. As it gets closer to the end of the game, they might take more risks. Obviously, they want to go for a draw or try to win this game. But we got some great subs that we can bring on to get that extra goal that we need to give the American fans a little bit more of a breather.
And the key to winning is get the second goal. Don't try to hold on for the first, the 1-0.
Okay, all right, good stuff. So our home base here in Doha is an idyllic setting for coverage of this World Cup. We're going to get you caught up on today's early action after a very short break. Enjoy the view. The 2022 FIFA World Cup on Fox is sponsored by Walmart Plus. Members save more. Join today.
On December 16th, the motion picture event of a generation arrives.
This is our home!
I need you with me. I need you to be strong. Smart Wave of Water. Experience it in 3D. Tickets on sale now.
The holidays are here, and Dick's Sporting Goods has all the best gifts for everyone on your list. The hottest footwear from Jordan, Nike, and Hoka. And the coolest apparel from all the best brands. Plus, must-have gifts from Yeti, Callaway, and The North Face. When you're running short on time, shop at Dicks.com, where 1 hour pickup is always an option. And with our best price guarantee, if you find a lower price, we'll match it. This season, give the gift of sport. Every holiday starts at Dick's.
To name yourself after the highest peak in North America? Maybe that's audacity. But towering above is exactly what the first ever all-electric GMC Sierra EV Denali Edition 1 is built to do. With 754 horsepower and up to a GM estimated 400 miles of range on a full charge, it is the Denali of EVs. The Sierra EV Denali.
Where to go and what to do in Montgomery, Alabama. Personalized just for you. Find your sweet spots at alabama.travel/sweet spots.
At Goldstein's Jewelers, we're here to help you and your family celebrate the holidays with unforgettable gifts. From altars to anniversaries, we make all your special moments shine with a hand-picked selection of fine jewelry. So make this holiday one to remember with a timeless treasure or custom design made with love. At Goldstein's, your hometown jeweler for the holidays.
All new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern on Fox.
Let's dive in, guys.
Morning's OG, spitting mad truth and sick kicks. It's Skip Drip Bayless.
I am a living legend.
You can't play Mr. Game Day. Shannon Shay Show.
Get off my property.
Who is the greatest debater of all time? Always right, never wrong, undisputed.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup halftime show on Fox is presented by Verizon.
We've got 2 World Cup matches already in the books today. First up, England made an impressive start to their campaign. Bukayo Saka finding the back of the net twice in a 6-2 demolition of Iran. The Netherlands were also victorious. Cody Gakpo, regarded by many as a potential breakout player in this tournament. He was amongst the scorers in a 2-0 win over Senegal. We've got 4 matches on tap for you tomorrow. Lionel Messi and Argentina in action against Saudi Arabia. That is followed by Denmark taking on Tunisia. Mexico will seek 3 points at the expense of Poland. And in the nightcap, France begin the defence of their crown against Australia. Here's your first half moment, sponsored by Verizon. The US with the second youngest squad at this World Cup, and it is 22-year-old Timothy Weah who gave the Americans a 1-0 lead over Wales for the second 45 minutes. Coming right
Back up in the house. Watch a little soccer. Nice. Bro, you eating my legs?
Yep. It's football. It's football.
And it's football.
Those are chips.
Crisps.
But that is soccer.
No, my friend, that is football.
Okay. Definition. Soccer is a round ball. Football is an oval ball. Like those golden balls.
I own my own soccer team. I know.
You just said the word soccer.
Don't forget the tips for the FIFA World Cup.
Go home. Let's do
Hims helps guys take care. Whether you're looking for support for your mental health, performance in the bedroom, or hair loss, Hims can help. At forhims.com, you can get access to trusted treatments for ED, hair loss, and anxiety from licensed medical providers with a 100% online process and free discreet shipping if prescribed. It's no wonder guys love Hims. Get started today at forhims.com.
Now this is an upgrade. And away we go.
this. The best way to see the world is to experience it. Travel upgrades and private events. Chase Sapphire Reserve. Chase. Make more what's yours.
Christmas ends tonight.
Violent Night is an instant holiday classic.
If you want war, my guys are the deadliest killers Mike can buy.
They can't be that great. We already killed 2 of them.
It's Die Hard. Meets Home Alone.
I can't think you're that, mister.
Close, but please call me Sam.
Violent Night. Rated R.
Thanksgiving in Big D.
Highlight of the season.
It's a big stage 5.
I'm fired up. This is Giants Cowboys. This is a great rivalry. Thanksgiving football on Fox.
This is an exciting U.S. team. They're young, they're hungry, they're led by West. Best time.
Rolling it in, lays it off, cutting it back. What a finish!
Right.
Welcome back to our coverage of the World Cup here on Fox. Timothy Weah has put the US 1-0 against Wales in their World Cup opener. There's still 45 minutes to go, and we're getting ready for the second half. Let's talk about what we want to see from this US team as they now take back to the pitch for this second half of action. Landon, what are you thinking?
Fear is the most powerful moment or emotion in soccer and in life sometimes. Don't let fear set in. Be brave. Go get the second goal, please.
I agree with Landon. I mean, do what got you in this position. Stay strong in possession. Don't sit back. Keep taking the game to them. Obviously, that at some point they're going to have to try to go and get that goal. And when they do, hopefully we can get another goal and give ourselves a little bit more cushion.
Be ruthless. Be ruthless. Take the 3 points that Wales has given you.
Okay, well, we're ready for the second half. John Strong and Stu Holden have the call for you, gents.
And Kane, a substitution for Wales to begin the second half. The big man, 6'5" Kiefer Moore is on up front for Dan James. That's 10 extra inches you get on the end of long balls for a Welsh team trying to find a way back to this one. Christian Pulisic is on the run early. Yunus Musa on the run early. Anthony Robinson running inside. Musa's cross gives the U.S. a corner. A little more than 20 seconds. Straight to Dan James.
They couldn't get into the game because the United States were doing a good job limiting the counterattack. So Kiefer Moore signals a change in style. Maybe more direct when you have more of a presence up there because of his size, but also he's a bit of a battering ram at times. He's going to mix it up now with Zimmerman and Brave. It's going to be a different type of game for them.
Pulisic, third corner of the night. Again, struggling just to get it into the right areas. Robinson's going to hold it in. He's going to find the goal scorer, Tim Weah. Williams defending. What are you looking for here, second half?
I want the same first half is what you would want from a U.S. perspective. Wales are going to bring pressure. Here you go.
I'm just going to move that one way.
Yes, offside. He's
always offside. That's your one for the night, just to be clear.
Had to get that one. But for the United States, the challenge in the early stages of the second half is that now the game's going to look a bit different. Wales made personnel change, so now you've got to figure out the rhythm of that half. You've got to still try to maintain. Or running into the channels now.
Zimmerman running with them. Kiefer Moore, first touch that's coming on as a halftime sub. Looking at the two-time MLS Defender of the Year, Walker Zimmerman. Back it comes to Ampadu. Sargent there to close it down. Hop to the air by Robinson. Pulisic pulled it cleanly. That'll be a Wales throw. The Welsh fans down to our right.
And they're attacking that goal now. So the Welsh fans trying to give their team a lift in response. And they want to see the early stages of this second half of response from their team as well.
Kicking off just past 11 p.m. here in Qatar. A little past 8 p.m. in Cardiff. Just after 3 in the afternoon in snowbound New York City. Just produced a handful of players on the Shoes roster, including Weah, and Turner, and Adams, who commits that foul. The U.S. trying to match England with a win on opening night in Group B. Wales playing for their lives at this point right now, knowing this one is crucial for them to have a chance to go through, and they're returning the World Cup for the first time in 64 years. Pulisic from Tyler Adams. McKinney wants it on the run. That's going to be for Way. He wasn't quite ready for that. It's into Hennessy.
McKinney was asking for that one, and that's what Pulisic's saying is, my bad. He would roll that one in the path. McKinney has set one for the hero ball over the top to Guaya.
Going long in between options. The Greens and the players sort of struggling a little bit. The wheel ball skipping up off this turf a little bit.
That was in an awkward line too there for Reed. Wade bounced up and they had to just deal with it and put it out for a throw.
Roberts in for more. It's Musa defending.
How did they draw the lot? Put these two teams together. US team didn't play with us. And the African team, and the Asian team, and the European team. I mean, Central European, Eastern European teams. Weird. Put the US team to play against the Wales.
Goes for a foul. As Turner was instructed, there has not had much to do, Matt Turner, tonight.
And it was a little shaky. He tries to get it in traffic. So there's a lot of bodies around him as he goes up for this one. He's got Ramsey in front of him again. Has to push him off just a little bit. And it's Gareth Bale in front of him. And he's got more behind him. And he's got two hands on it. It's oftentimes you see keepers punch that away with their fist for that reason there. Because sometimes if you don't grab it clean, you spill it into a dangerous spot. But Turner able to react on the second. Nice run from Musa.
Yunus Musa with options in the middle. He's going to carry in on Roberts. It's Musa into the middle, knocked away. Pulisic got to the second ball. Adams wants it top of the box. Pulisic stopped too late. Trying to drive inside. Poked away. It's good defending in the end. Ramsey trying to wriggle away. Bale. He's going to get all over it.
You're going to yellow, but that's a good foul to take, though. And actually, at halftime, watching the replay of the U.S. goal a couple of different times, Joe Roden has the exact opportunity to make a foul on Pulisic.
Josh is yellow.
Picking up a yellow. When he should have done that, because that stops a counterattack. Now, Reed takes a yellow for a tactical foul, but he stops any type of promising opportunity for Wales in doing so. So he knows exactly what he's doing in that moment. That's a savvy play there from a 35-year-old, most experienced guy on the roster.
Kenny Taft, you had a chance to speak to U.S. coach Greg Berhalter. What did he tell you?
Well, John, I'm so glad we had a moment to catch up. And let me tell you, the whole energy from the group was so positive. I asked Greg, how do you keep this intensity going? And he said the biggest thing is to continue to hurt them on the transition. Right now, I like what we're doing. I said, how do you finish it? He said, keep this going. And there were so many words coming from all the players as they walked back on the pitch saying, be ready for the moment when your name is called. Our standard doesn't drop. No let up.
It was one of the things Berhalter told us at the team hotel Saturday. It goes long towards Gareth Bale, headed sideways. Ramsey trying to get in. Reed cleans it up for Turner. But Berhalter sharing stories from his World Cup experience 20 years ago, sending the message to this young team. Treat every moment like it's the most important moment of your entire life. That is the magnitude of a World Cup. Can they do that in this second half and get out of here with a win? Reed chasing on a yellow card. It comes into the middle. Kenny couldn't get there on Wilson. For more. Adams pokes it away. Moore gets back to it. And wide it goes too far for Nico Williams. And Welsh fans are encouraged by their team start. Here's Dest.
Which this is completely wrong. This is to be expected. You expected that the U.S. were just going to come out in the second half, the whistle goes, and it's the exact same rhythm as the first. It's not. Wales still have some very good players. This is a team that has been to 2 major tournaments in the Euros, and not by mistake. So the U.S. were still trying, I think, early stages here to figure out now that you've got two guys playing right up against your center backs. It's opened up some more space underneath. So now it's on Tyler Adams and McKennie and Musa defensively to get the right mix of when can they press, and that's going to let you off a little bit. Greg Burrow was trying to get the ball right back into play. He wants his team keeping the tempo high because he thinks that that's when they're at their best.
A frustrated Rob Page on the Wales bench right now. Robinson couldn't get that up to Sargent. Wilson on the run. Williams up the left. Dest is going to defend. He's on a yellow card from early. Williams ran away from him. McKennie makes the play in the end. When the Wales fans roar. Roberts for Vale, close down quickly, Reed got a piece of it. Wilson is trying to settle it for Pulisic right now. And can't keep it, the U.S. Wilson sliding through, he's going to get out here. It's a run from Williams. Hugo Williams, they can't engage with Serginho Dest, who's got to defend carefully, trying to get some help from Tyler Adams. Draws to a bit of deflection, right to Tim Reed. Gives it right back, though. Roberts.
They're going to get way a little bit deeper, too, on that right side.
Just enough there for Adams to step in and knock it away. Now Christian Pulisic. Sargent wants it forward. Pulisic felt a bit of a tug there. Went down. No foul. Let's just settle this thing down a little bit. Get some control.
Looks right since he took a bit of that knock. Now he's going to be, I would imagine, the first sub for the U.S. This is a guy who has been playing his first game since October 29th for Juventus, and that was his leg, a bit of a muscle injury, right quad. I would imagine that's going to be Brennan Aronson at some point here, if not very soon.
Just trying to recover on that one. Gets there just in time as Wilson was making a run from Ramsey's ball. It is out for a throw down the corner, says referee Abdul Rahman Al Jassim. Wales bench is furious, and this is not a corner. This is not something that is reviewable. VAR. In for Wilson. Back out for Williams. Got a cross in towards Bale. Knocked away by McKennie to the top of the box. Ramsey holds it in. Reed at the second one. He was undercut by Moore. There's no foul whistle. Adams battling. He thought he was fouled. Melissa can't get away. Important touch from Beckham there. And Sargent some pressure to force Roden all the way back. Gareth Bale was lining that one up.
Really important. Just a glance, the flick header from Weston McKennie to take it off his toe. The other part, John, talking about Weston McKennie potentially being the first sub. The other one might be Serginho Dest, who was a bit of a question mark coming in. DeAndre Yedlin potentially his replacement there, considering also that both of them are on yellow cards.
Green there, all he could do was shepherd that out. He's had much more of a handful to deal with Kiefer Moore, a halftime sub for Wales. Connor Roberts going to load up the long throw. Mepham, one of the center backs, comes forward. Everyone will retreat for the United States to defend this. Roberts gets it in. Robinson the touch. Pulisic, he's limping a bit as he got caught on the top of the foot. That'll be a free kick for the U.S. Second game for the United States coming up on Black Friday. Much anticipated meeting with England. Coverage starting 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, live on Fox. What a day that will be. What an occasion that will be. At Al-Bayt Stadium in Al-Khor, 60,000 capacity. Will both teams be coming out on a win? We know England will. 6-2 on Iran as Dest knocks that away. And the U.S. follow them. Dest carries forward. Sargent ready to get on the run. Rowe, great tackle.
That's out of position now. Nobody on that right side.
Line it comes. Williams cross in. Moore able to steer it along for Roberts. Roberts hooks that one in. Zimmerman won the header. Nico Williams brings it down. Sargent trying to close him off. Still Williams on the ball. For Roberts. Roberts crossing in, top to the air, it'll be all the way out. We're scrambling a bit, but it's a goal kick.
Oh, what is it?
Everything about to change very soon. Good sustained pressure coming here from Wales. A lot of pressure in their crosses as well. Line, having to make very important headers up against a physical front line now. Kiefer Moore and Gareth Bale.
Football lovers.
Stepping up their pressure as well. The U.S. can't relieve pressure on the ball. They just look tired because they've been doing a lot of defending. They need a string of possession to just get themselves up the field right now.
Slip as he played that up. They're arguing for a handball on McKinney. They get. This is something Greg Berhalter talked to us about with us on Saturday. Essentially, can this team be comfortable being uncomfortable? Can we survive in certain moments? And he said the recent games against Mexico, the qualifiers, Nations League final a year and a half ago in Denver, World Cup final in Vegas, hostile atmospheres, they did that very well. Can they do that here? Gareth Bale snuck in behind. He steers it back for Kiefer Moore, and that was blocked by Tim Ream. 30 minutes to go. Tim Way, his first half goal of the difference right now. And Davis, long switch. Anthony Robinson, a chance to head that away. Pulisic, can he get back to that first touch? Not quite. But great work. And Padu. Wilson retreats it for Davis. He gets it back. Padu once more up the gut. Well, realize how Adams.
Great read there from Adams. Coming off the passing lane, aiding the pass in.
What can the U.S. do the other way?
Berhalter down to our left is just motioning, trying to get his team up the field. The difference has been with the U.S. playing this back line aggressively in the first half is when they had pressure on the ball. When there's no pressure on the ball, you cannot play such a high back line because players can turn, they can pick up their head, they can play those passes in behind and time the run well. So now it becomes just, do you make a change that gets you pressure on the ball, which would be, I think, for McKenna.
Way early cross in. Is it going to find Pulisic? Well, not quite. That was an interesting challenge. Ball on the field, goal kick as Roberts came in on it.
He's going to hold it here just to review.
Abdullah Rahman Al-Jassib is going to give Abdullah Al-Mari, our video assistant referee, a moment to look at this.
It's a good early ball in from Tim Way. Now the question is, where does the contact take place? Is there enough for a foul? You can see clearly there, he gets the ball. That's a great shot. Throw the ball first before any of the man.
For more, it took 3 Americans to get him off the ball. They did eventually. Zimmerman is forced to play out. The U.S. with activity on the bench. Brendan Aronson quickly back in. Moore leaves it. Ramsey returns it. Moore. And that's going to come all the way through. And is that going to be out? Well, we throw one way or the other. The U.S. got away with one there.
This was Matt Turner slipping on a goal kick just a couple of minutes ago.
All the good work Matt Turner's done in his life, and he gets that broadcast to the entire world. So the Medford Messi is going to make his World Cup debut in a moment. For New Jersey's Brendan Aronson. Pulisic poked away. It's Rodin that time. U.S. wants a handball. They're not going to get Pulisic really getting frustrated with the officials. We saw that for a spell in the first half. Roberts.
哎，怎么声音突然关掉了？耶，电视受干扰了，电视受干扰了呀！电视怎么突然受干扰了？哦。
Attacking set piece for Wales.
发生什么事了？突然断掉了。
Everybody back for the U.S. Ramsey runs away. It's Harry Wilson to send it in. Right in front of the biggest pack of Welsh fans here in the stadium. Wilson in, popped in the air by Zimmerman. Second ball knocked down. Adams with a touch in the air. Can he win the next one? The free header to save for Matt Turner.
And here's a line from the goalkeeper. You barely touched the ball in the first half. The ball's at your feet. And then you have to come up with that big moment, that big save. And it's Matt Turner. It's popped up on the second ball. I definitely see the end of this replay because the ball's about to come back in. And here it is. He has to react, gets his feet set, and palms it over the bar. What a save, Matt Turner.
His first of the night, 64 minutes in. Wales wanted to go quick with the corner. The referee stopped it. Wilson once again into the ball. Turner in traffic. The header is over. That was 6'5" Kiefer Moore. But getting down.
He's beat. All the U.S. defenders are beat here by the big man. Kiefer Moore times it so well. Gets himself free, just runs off the defender, and Tim Reed ends up getting just shielded by Josh Sargent. And Matt Turner, a quick conversation with the referee as well. You see, that's important too. Wes McKinney gets his foot out of the way, not to make a foul in the box, and a full palm on it for Matt Turner. That ends up being Weston McKinney's last involvement. Is going to be him replaced by Brendan Aronson.
22 years old from Medford, New Jersey. $30 million. He left Salzburg for Leeds United in the Premier League 4. A couple of years ago, this guy was the star with the Philadelphia Union. It has been a quick rise for him since. A year and a half ago, he was on the fringes of the U.S. national team. People thought he should have been starting tonight. What impact did he make? There's his first touch. Christian Pulisic, big pocket his face. Way is up his right. Sargent to his left. Sargent dragged wide. Numbers up for the U.S. though. Comes back to Anthony Robinson. Christian Pulisic. All the way across for Serginho Dest. Aronson once again comes to get it. Dest. Was he fouled? He's lose control and lost his footing. Here come Wales on the run. Williams will play it in for more. Zimmerman and Reed back it off. Gareth Bale picks it up. Musa forces it back. Aronson steps in. That's great work. After the U.S. going the other way. Brendan Aronson away to his right. Sargent in front of him. Bale from behind. Pokes it away.
Oh, what a run from Gareth Bale, who's out of gas to come back and now close down Tyler Adams. It was him trying to come back to his left. He talked about Musa knowing that, shielding to his right. Aronson breaks away, gets his pocket picked by Gareth Bale, coming back the other way. This game has come to life here now. This is high intensity. You see the commitment on both sides not to take a play off.
Here's the goal scorer way up, running at Nico Williams. Poked away, U.S. corner.
Nico Williams down, holding his back as soon as he extended for that one. Tim Weah faced him up, runs him back, gets him on back foot, a little hesitation, and takes that extra touch. And then, oh yeah, just that right leg got twisted up as he goes to, just right here, watch this, just an awkward twist of that, and he feels pain, he's still down.
She does it from
now. Maybe we'll food for thought.
She does on the face.
So Nico Williams down. Alan Acosta getting set to go.
Josh is dealing.
Turner, poor guy, had the world see it slip, gets the world to see this right now.
You set him up for that one. Talking about the highlight we'd seen had been the one of him slipping, and it's the life of a goalkeeper. You have to be sharp, you have to be ready. That one he gets away with. He gets lucky on the second one because he was caught. Whether to come out, whether to stay on his line, he hesitates for a half second. And any less on that header for Kiefer Moore, that's in the back of the net. That's 1-1. So, big save, then a slight hesitation and nervy moment that followed. But still, right now, the United States with a clean sheet. Looks like actually, John, we're going to see a double change. Potentially, with DeAndre Yedlin.
Well, the cavalry's going to come here. Yedlin, Andre Rice, Calvin Acosta. It's a U.S. corner. It's Williams off to the side, so Wales will defend this corner a man light. So there's 3 guys on the field for the U.S. that are about to have their nights finished, and they walk it off on a goal. As Melissa gets set to take the 4th corner of the game for the United States. Hennessy getting himself set. Wales playing with 1 fewer man with Nico Williams off to the side. Pulisic out of it deeper. Moore was there in front of Zimmerman. Adams able to reset wide for Pulisic. Bale defending. Pulisic going to engage with Bale. Gets the cross in. Right back out though. Pulisic up to win it back. Can he get around Bale? Outduels him. Pulisic running in. Pulisic trying to play in the middle. It's held in the backside by Eriksson. It's clipped in by Adams. Ramsey off the chest and it cleared away.
It's that last pass missing for the U.S. in some good spots, getting into great situations. Great work from Pulisic, although he's a little shaken up after that challenge and that duel with Gareth Bale.
Well. Williams back out there. Wales full strength. Musa has it knocked away. Pulisic is still grimacing in pain off the ball. Bale lets a run for ball. The return. Gareth Bale. Clever flip, and Eriksson was there. Eriksson wants it back from Adams. Pulisic gets it instead. Takes the bump from Metal.
Yeah, he's taking a beating to weigh us down. Pulisic's actually going to stay down now after that last one. I mean, that's not the first kick he's taken throughout this game. He's clearly been identified by this Welsh team as the United States' most dangerous player. An opportunity for every player now to come over and get a little water and a little bit of a break. There it is. It's Metal again on Pulisic, catching the late. He's on yellow. This was there. This the hand in the face for Pulisic from Bale. Just able to skirt around, give it a little bit back to it. Gets Bale off balance. Does incredibly well.
So you wonder if the U.S. is recalculating here who is going to come off. 20 minutes to go. Slip away a 36-minute goal on a Christian Pulisic assist is the difference right now.
Here's the team got 1 point. 1-0. Take some time to rest and 痛消了再说，消痛，休息消痛，rest and get rid of the pain.
Early stage of the sports for the first time in 8 years. Archit on the end of it, way to slow down the collision with Davis off the ball. Eriksson pressure, kept it play by Williams. Adams got the cross. Does just enough. Test in there as well.
Tyler Adams. Terrific once again. Just his ability to close down space. Not bad there from Eriksson.
Ramsey slides it away though from Dest. This is pressure. U.S. subs being told to sort of keep active, keep moving around, and not be a minute before they get on. Williams continues on for Wales after receiving treatment. Intercepted by Musa. Roberts trying to recover. Pulisic to his left. Sarge in the middle. Ready to trail. It's Pulisic now. Christian Pulisic.